6 local authorities, including Galway City, which is a city with, you'd imagine, one would expect quite a lot of rented accommodation, carried out no inspections whatsoever last year. In Clare, 1 in 20 private rented accommodations were inspected. Now, you might think that that's bad, but it's actually good by the standards of all the other local authorities. Carlow, Minister, your own county, no inspections at all last year. Cork City, Limerick, 1 in 18. So again, even better than Clare. Dublin, 1 in 34 were inspected, and in Cork, 1 in 48. Now, Minister, based on that, if I was a lawyer and I knew somebody who had a hovel that they wanted to rent out for a lot of money, I'd say, well, take your chances, because the chances of being inspected, certainly in Cork City, are pretty low, and in Carlow, well, they're next to non-existent. So off you go, take your chances, nothing will be done about it. Nationally, just 6.7% of tenancies were the subject of an inspection. Now, that was COVID, of course. It's a great excuse for every state failing. However, in 2019, the year before, it was only 9.9%. Now, although this wasn't mentioned in the Sinn Féin motion, and they chose, for good reason, to concentrate on escalating rents, etc., the government actually did mention it and talked about this as one of the great things we've done. We've increased funding by 66%. Now, if you increase funding by 66% and the number of inspections in Cork increase by 66%, you get a 1 in 30 chance of being inspected as opposed to a 1 in 48 chance of being inspected. Either way, it's completely unacceptable. I first raised this in 2012 in the Dáil. The then Minister for Housing undertook to do something about it. In 2017, that Minister for Housing raised it as an opposition spokesperson, and lo and behold said action needed to be taken to clamp down on substandard conditions in the rented sector. Minister, I'd say to you, don't be that minister who does nothing in government and then complains about it when you go into opposition, because if you do, well, there's a distinct lack of credibility attached to that. I would urge the government to do something about the lack of inspections.